Hello everyone, how's everything going? If you are new here, I am Dina and today I'm going to talk about something that we all struggle with, staying consistent when learning English. I know it can be super challenging to stay consistent, to work consistently, especially when it comes to learning English and when life gets busy and when we don't see immediate results. We lose our motivation, we get unmotivated, we lose our inspiration, and we immediately stop learning. However, today I'm going to share some tips and tricks that helped me stay consistent when learning English. If you're ready, let's get started. Now I'm going to talk about the importance of consistency. Consistency actually is the key of learning any language. So it doesn't matter if it's Chinese, if it's Korean, if it's Russian, or if it's Arabian. What matters is making daily effort. So it can be really tough to stay consistent. I'm not talking about like learning for hours, for 5 or 10 hours like crazily. No, I'm not about that. I'm going to talk about that if you don't have much time, try to learn at least 15 minutes a day, but you should accomplish that 15 minutes practice every day. For example, in my situation, I would study for 2 hours, for 3 hours, sometimes for many hours. I would listen to English for 6, for 7, for 8 hours a day. However, sometimes when I didn't have enough time, I would listen to for 15 minutes and that's okay. But I didn't miss a day. Try not to miss a day. Try to stick to that 15 minutes practice every day. And progress comes when you do something every day. By being consistent, you're going to see big results and better progress. All right, the first tip I'm going to say is setting small and achievable goals. What does that mean? So you have to set smaller goals. You have to set achievable goals. The goals that you set should be feasible, workable, achievable. So you don't need to set like huge goals like speaking English fluently in 6 months or in a year, scoring 8 on IELTS and etc. When you do that, you're going to feel unmotivated. You're going to lose your motivation. So that's why I'm saying that by setting smaller goals, you're going to achieve in an easier way. You're going to stay motivated. So for example, say I will learn like 10 words this week, or I will learn 10 words this week and I do my best to use those words in my speech every day, and I'll do it on purpose. When you use new words on purpose, those words slowly will be more active in your vocabulary. So you're going to boost your active vocabulary. So the next small goal is I will listen to English. I will listen to podcast in English like every day, but you should do it every day. When it comes to me, my own experience would serve as an example. For example, I would listen to All Yours English podcast episode almost every day, and I really loved shadowing words, expressions like phrases, sometimes complex structures in that speech, in that episode. So that was my favorite daily habit. Or next small goal is I will speak like for 5 minutes a day. When you start from small, you're going to make better progress and you're going to see that progress in a short time. The reason is you're not going to hate it, you're gonna love it. For example, when I first started setting those smaller goals, I couldn't see any results, but later, like a month later or maybe a few months later, I started that my speaking has improved dramatically. The reason is I was really afraid of speaking in front of people on the stage or to somebody, and now I can talk to somebody for 10, for 15 minutes, and it is really amazing. The second tip I'm going to talk about is to create a daily routine. So a routine actually helps you make learning English a part of your daily life. When English is a part of your daily life, you're gonna do it effortlessly. You're gonna love it because it's gonna be a habit of your daily life. I usually set aside like 10 to 20 minutes a day. It can be sometimes in the mornings, sometimes during lunch break or before going to bed, but I mostly do my best to set aside in the mornings, because in the morning you feel more fresh, creative, your brain is still fresh. It means you can do it effortlessly. By setting a specific time, you're going to stay consistent. When you're consistent, you're gonna do it. You're going to accomplish daily progress. You're gonna accomplish daily process, So just try it, give it a try, it's gonna work. So the third tip is to mix up your learning methods, because doing the same thing every single day can get boring, can make you boring, and when it's boring, you're gonna give up, you're gonna quit what you are doing. So try to use different methods of learning. For example, like watching videos or listening to podcast episodes, maybe reading articles. I actually try to read articles from New York Times, and I try to learn some phrases or useful vocabulary and some complex grammar from those articles. Or you can practice your speaking with your colleagues, with your friends. Maybe you can talk to an app, AI-powered app, and by using different apps, you're going to stay consistent in learning English. I'm going to talk the hardest part of learning a language. It is actually to stay motivated, to stay inspired. I know this is really challenging because in the beginning of anything, we might be super inspired, we might be super motivated, but at the end of the day, we're gonna lose our motivation and inspiration. So in order to stay motivated and to stay inspired, there is an amazing tip for you. Just remind yourself why you are learning English. Maybe you are learning English to travel. Maybe you're learning English to make friends beyond borders. And there are tons of reasons. So just whenever you lose your motivation, try to think of those goals, why you are learning English. Try to remind yourself of those goals, and you're gonna just stay consistent and you're gonna keep going. So I want to challenge you this week. Try to set a small goal this week, and whether it's like learning 10 words this week or listening to a podcast episode every single day, maybe practicing your speaking for 5 minutes every day. Whatever it is, try one of them and let me know in the comment what your goal is. I'll be there to support you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips. And I'm excited to see your progress. Bye bye.